forgot to record. Yeah. Hello, welcome episode 2 of Ace Attorney, Memoirs of the... Anyway, episode 13, something? I don't know, whatever. Let's watch.
It was a ghastly tale of a winter's night. One of an invisible killer and a crime perpetrated on the pavement along Briar Road. As the victim lay at death's door, the mystery of just who had stabbed the young lady from behind had been resolved. But no sooner had my friend saved that Eastern Exchange student from his harrowing plight.
It's
than in the
continuation.
dim, flickering shadows of gaslight did a second bizarre crime rend the stillness of that very night. I dare say most can still recall the sensational headlines of the day. Haunted apartment of death. The condemned criminal's curse.
Oh shit, no.
The dread demon of coal gas.
Please don't tell him he died. I really like that.
Yet, though the great detective had at once discerned the truth upon his arrival at the scene, it only proved to be the overture that announced the rising of the curtain on a most tragic play.
Okay. I really hope Natsume is not dead, because I really liked him, even though he's like a massive... He's over the top and he has like his quirks, but I really like him for that, you know. Anyway. My name is unluckiest Naruhodo. I'm a fledgling lawyer, just starting out on my journey. 6 months ago, I arrived as a visiting student of law, having made a long voyage across the sea from the Empire of Japan to here, London, England. And on the way, in quite extraordinary circumstances, I made the acquaintance of a world-famous detective. Currently, I reside in the attic of the detective's own lodgings, from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. Successfully defend a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey. It's a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle of 4 months ago now. I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. Why? But the epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale, a tale which was now but awakened from slumber. Thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland. Is it the cat? What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. There's been nearly time for breakfast. I'd better go down to Mr. Sholmes' suit. It's gonna go like this. Like Tom from Tom and Jerry. Who else in it? Anyway. Yeah. And say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate. I guess you can call her that, indeed. 30th of August, 7:28 a.m., Sholmes' suit. Ah, Bruno, good. I was just about to call up to you. The bacon is ready. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious, as usual. For a weed, though, I have some news. I had a surprise this morning. Shh, not another word, Mr. Naruhodo. This could be just a abstruse thing from a pre-breakfast stagnation-repelling mental simulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you too, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, I see. So, whoa! So that's it. Why you get close like that? The truth is as clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have revealed it again. What are you talking about? Oh, he's trying to deduce what happened. You, Mr. Naruhodo, you have this very morning met with a surprise. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button of your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning. Can I talk now? But of course. Though I don't look for admiration, you understand. My hair always looks like this. It's been this way since I first met you. Oh, it has? The button was ripped off last night, if you remember. By you. Heard they pulled your button off? Ah, yes, I recall the incident now. It was after supper, was it not? As evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, to my utter dismay, the third string snapped! Why did it have to happen? Why? Little wonder then that in my vexation grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from its proper place. I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket. It's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. What matters at the present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring.
But Hurley, Runa said it when he came in, didn't he? I had a surprise this morning.
He's gonna go in depression. Well, that really is a surprise. Okay, bro. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire, the famous consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I wonder if he actually has like a problem, like because he's so forgetful, like genuinely forgetful, like I'm kind of worried for him because I'm a forgetful person. But I don't forget like that bad, you know, like, are you okay, bro? There can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name.
Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. And I have new herbal tea for you to try too, my little special blend.
Yep, and here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Sholmes' lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, past published in Rand's magazine. So, Mr. Naruhodo, won't you put us out of our misery? What surprised you this fine morning? Ah, well, I received a letter from Japan.
Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it? Really?
That's right, and she had some rather startling news, in fact. I died! This letter means I died, and I'm dead. Ah, intriguing indeed. You must tell us all about it over breakfast.
Oh yes, what fun!
Okay. Court record. Okay, I don't have it on me. Let me present you my armband, just for old time's sake. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, about this. Shh, not another word. Ah, yes, I see. This would be a collar for a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck, and for winter use. Actually, it's the armband I always wear that symbolizes my roles of defense lawyer. Precisely, which leads us but to one conclusion. Your arm is, in fact, the particularly long neck of a miniature canine. I think to wish I'd never shown him this note. The man's barking mad. I like the fact that they have a thing for that, you know. I wonder if there's like anything new to examine. Oh, his machine's back. Machine really is imposing, isn't it? But I can never remember its name.
Hurley calls it his great analystoscope. It can analyze anything at all.
That doesn't really help me. What does analyzing something even mean? Ah, an extremely astute question, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Well, as Iris said, my machine here spits out analysis results of anything with which you care to present it. But how to interpret those results, that's the key. And I confess, I have no idea. Okay. Clearly, I'm going to have to construct a great analystoscope to solve the problem. That might not help. I love this guy. He's awesome. Anything new here as well? No, okay. It's probably gonna be like slightly different things, but it's not that big a deal. Mr. Sato's letter. This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning, by international post.
Oh, how lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it.
And how is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? She's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she's written, she actually appeared as a lawyer at the Japanese Supreme Court and won a case.
Oh, really? Oh, isn't she wonderful?
A kind of your good self, my dear fellow. I've won cases too, you know. Apparently, Mr. Natsume appeared in the trial as a witness. Natsume... No, I don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man twice! You know, in those two cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago. Ah, the mustached, twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and the mustache. He said mustache twice. He didn't have two mustaches.
Hurley.
Yes, who could forget those two cases? They made a very deep impression on me. Just forgot. Although I must confess, details are a little hazy now. Very deep impression they made on you. Very clearly. Did we have 2 cases though? Because I remember defending him and then... Yeah, I don't remember defending him twice. I guess it is realistic to forget like he does. So does this starting news penned by Mrs. Sato. Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Sholmes? Ah, yes, it's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. Totally forgotten then. Anyway, in her letter, Mrs. Sato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. They took place half a year ago. For what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsume said to her, apparently. It suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodgings. Oh. Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Mrs. Sato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send a telegram.
Oh, that case, yes! It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I had compiled the whole story into a nice neat manuscript ready for publication too. But then Hurley here was all funny about it, remember? Was very mean. The story must not be published, you said, very mysteriously as well.
Oh, wait, it's the Hounds of the Baskervilles. I'm so confused. Really? I said that? Are you sure? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? Well, Susato was suddenly told 4 months ago that she had to return to Japan. Was it about the death of Wilson?
It's been 4 months now since we laid Susie off at Dover.
Sorry.
It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she just suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan.
Indeed it was, due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. That's right, telling her to return urgently. Yes, because her father had passed away. No, he just said he was suffering from a high fever, because of which was unknown. He's not dead. According to this letter, that news about her father's fever was just a ruse.
A ruse? So Susie's daddy lied to her so that she'd make the voyage back home? Why would he do that?
I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost as certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings. You Japan to something like that. I wonder what Mr. Sato's father is hiding. Me too.
Hurley, do you know what it's all about?
Oh, he's already in investigation mode. Alright. Alright, I see you. I guess I'll go in investigation mode too. Well, who can say? What? But you said... Please, I have engagements, my dear fellow. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. A stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel. Even if I were quite at leisure. So, mend the fort in my absence, won't you, Iris?
I will, Hurley, don't worry. See you later!
Okay. Scuttled off rather quickly there. Okay, never mind. I thought he was gonna investigate with us for a second, but never mind. Like, he was like, okay, new mystery, time to end it. Let me answer this call. Like a spam call. I don't know. He started like it sounded like a real human being, and then he started like yapping about like patrimony or like what? Fuck off. And my ringtone is a very cool ringtone. It's the 3rd sanctuary from Undertale. Yeah, from Deltarune. Yes. And if you have the term, the ringtone as well, you're very based as well. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba isn't the only person hiding something there. Suzuki-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. Yeah! Sholmes knows something. By of all people, Mr. Sholmes. Yeah. He's just pretending to be dumb.
Aha! I found them at last.
Iris, are they...
In mint condition. The notes about the case? That's right. Susie and I compiled them together. Case of the haunted lodgings. Do you want to read them, Bruno?
Yo. Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. Well, bro, I got jump scared by the music. It was so silent for such a long time. I didn't expect the music to come back like that. I have no idea what secrets could be still be hiding in the shadows of this case. But perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light. I really like that theme.
That's the spirit.
Well, let me read them. I'm gonna listen the shit out of this OST when I'm finished playing this game, man. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together. Everything from what happened to our investigation and that fierce battle in court that followed. Reliving every detail. Just need to find a clue, and I have all the time in the world. Because of course, I'm living rent-free. I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of the Great Britain. Why? Why? Was it because he like helped like McGill get out of jail and shit? Well, 6 months ago, a mysterious incident unfolded on the wintry, interesting streets of London. Yeah, this is Madame. A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briar Road with a knife in her back. Fortunately, her life was spared, but she was unconscious for several days following the incident. The fog was thick and nobody saw her attack her. But a cruel twist of fate. A visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. That man was Saseki-san, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Believing in our compatriot's innocence, Saseki-san and I decided to represent Saseki-san in court. Maybe because like we created an international incident by like winning the case. After a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to prove his innocence. Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Was the man's reaction after the trial, and his jubilant jubilation was short-lived. Why? I received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. Victim of the Briar Road stabbing has regained consciousness. Hurry to Bart's at once. What? Is it a case I don't know anything about? Because I swear, like, Citizen and Natsume are handsome, and they were headed immediately to the hospital. Wait. Okay, I guess I'd never been through this. 21st February, 5:30 AM. St. Bartholomew's Hospital recovery. Why is there a rat? There you are, at last! Good morning, Mr. Sholmes. Think not. Oh, okay, it was back in the day. It's a flashback. You're late! What on earth took you so long? Your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock, Mr. Sholmes. It's a 20-minute ride to the hospital. That's right, and it's 5:30 now. I think we made very good time. The time is utterly irrelevant. The fact is, I have been waiting for what has felt like an eternity. In point of fact, I myself was awoken at 4 this morning by a telegram boy, and feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. Well, thanks for that. Anyway, you're here now, so the victim is over there. She's only just regained consciousness. Oh, it's the big woman. Should introduce yourselves, and I shall observe from here. Okay, so it's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with a knife in her back. So is she gonna say, no, it was him that killed me actually? It was not what you said that happened, it was him, he looked at me in the eyes and stabbed me. Something like that.
Your name is... Ah yes, here we are. Miss Green.
Olive Green. What's this? Look, there's a photograph in this frame here.
Oh yes, it's a picture of a young gentleman.
Well, the entire airport has arrived. Welcome back! This we just began the case, the second case. It's panning out very mysterious. It's like apparently like we're like jumped into the past to a case that happened that we weren't aware of and stuff. It's interesting for now. I'm curious to what happens. Young gentleman, he looks to be about the same age as Miss Green, I would say. Perhaps the young woman's special someone, do you think? What's up?
My mind, Mr. I didn't know you had a sense for matters of the heart.
Not in the least. I just said the first thing I thought of. Okay, what's this thing? Surrounded... I thought it was golden. The surrounding wooden figure isn't the most charming, is it?
Ah, I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an artist's mannequin, I believe, used when practicing sketching the human form in different poses.
Really? It's not exactly what you'd call a typical figure for that purpose, though. Is it? I mean, it's to draw a round woman.
No, I suppose not. I confess I've never seen one quite so full-figured before.
Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's the right tool for the job. Alright? Okay, bro. And what the fuck is just a rat?
Yee, a mouse, Mr. Naruhodo, an enormous mouse!
Vermin in a hospital? That doesn't seem the best.
Looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump.
Not sure we can say that's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking. Probably, it's probably a pet then. Anything on... What's this? Why is it in bright red? There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet. Look, I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in the reach of everyone like this.
Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you're peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two.
Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors.
I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry that you'd break the lock.
I guess it doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Mrs. Sato. Okay... I can't just talk to her, fuck it. Good morning. Hello, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, from the Empire of Japan.
Oh no, was it you? Was it your knife that, are you the man who...
No, I'm a lawyer.
I'm Susato Mikotoba. Pleased to meet you. Oh no, was it your knife then? Are you the one? No, I assure you, Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. We heard that you'd regain consciousness. I wanted to come to give you our best wishes.
Didn't read the warning about the stream being electric and got electrocuted. Happens. My bad.
Best wishes for me? Thank you. I'm Olive Green. I'm an artist.
Performance artist.
Well, no, that's not right, is it? What I mean is, I'm trying to be an artist. Well, what I really mean is, I desperately want to be an artist.
Okay. You're a student then.
The truth is, I don't have any talent. I don't know. I know I don't. It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back.
I don't think that's related, actually.
Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down.
I think as we're here, probably ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose. Yeah. Suddenly be struck in the leg by a blade as you were walking along the pavement. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green.
It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all the time. The case has been solved, hasn't it? While I've been here in the hospital, I mean.
Indeed it has, my dear madam. Spectacularly by none other than I, Sherlock Sholmes, and me.
Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in the court that solved the case.
Are you yet to hear what happened, Mr. Green?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill me in shortly. Oh, I see. Me coming round seems to have made everyone frantically busy. I'm so sorry. I should never have regained consciousness. It was so selfish of me.
Every artist who feels they have no talent can look up to a certain mustache man. Perhaps. Maybe so. Maybe indeed, you know. Of course we're talking about Salvador Dali. Yeah. I know we're talking about Salvador Dali, of course. Yeah, obviously. Anyway. So should have... It's so selfish of me. Hi, how's it going? Welcome. It's going well. We're on the second case now of the second half of the game, and it's sounding pretty interesting for now. Like, it's still like developing, still like exposition, you know?
Oh no, we're also relieved that you're on demand, Miss Green. Really, we are.
That kind of attitude. Maybe her surname would be Blue, not Green. Should be Blue. Yeah, okay. Can we fill her in though, like with what happened? Come on. So you're an artist, are you, Miss Green?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly claim that. I'm a fledgling artist at best. I mean, I'm a student of art, really, as the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts.
Okay.
Oh my, an Academy of Fine Arts. Great Britain is such a wonderful country.
Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts?
Oh no, actually. I don't deserve it, but I have a little flat on Brixton Road.
I see. How very interesting.
Oh no, is it?
What's happening?
Brixton
Brixton is some 10 stops away from the underground from here, and Thorndike Academy is a mere 3-minute walk from Brixton town centre. Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes? Perhaps not. The Briar Road is a far less salubrious part of town by comparison, dwelt in by those of inferior means, including the maleficent Mr. Mustache. Inferior means, I suppose the Seki-san does fit the bill. He was not maleficent in the end, why do you... It struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine arts student to be walking in such a district. That's all. Okay. Get to it, come on! What's this? You suddenly climbed up.
Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself prying into a young maiden's private affairs.
Oh dear me, do forgive me. Okay.
If you don't mind, I'm being discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things.
Yeah, and we just didn't tell her what happened. We won't keep you. Thank you so much, Miss Green. Are you serious? Do it so we just don't tell her what happened? Are you Okay. Is there a Mr. Nerfather here? Mr. Nerfather? Nerfather now? Well, if you're looking for Naruhodo, the lawyer, that's me, but... Mr. Naruhodo, good, this is for you. It's a message from Mr. Saucy Natsume. Mr. Nuts... How hard are you gonna butcher his name?
So Natsume sent a message to me. Why would a policeman be delivering a message from Mr. Natsume?
Exactly. Is he gonna be in trouble again?
Exactly, what's going on?
There's a Scotland Yard constable playing delivery boy at this time in the morning. What are you waiting for? Let me see that. Oh, yeah, you're taking too long. Exactly, thank you, Sholmes. Get to it, you know, you're wasting too much time. Well, this is most unexpected. Something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? Something wrong, Mr. Sholmes. He says, have you not seen this note? No, could I have? It would seem that London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. New case calls, a case of murder, no less. We must depart at once.
Murder?
Call a cab. Time is of the essence. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr. Natsume's note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodgings once we did. It will be entirely convenient.
Convenient? What do you mean?
It's all here in this note, my dear fellows. The murder we must investigate took place at Mr. Mustache's lodgings. Did we defend anyone evil other than Magnus? No, actually. And turns out, yeah, Magnus died literally the day right after that. By a very intelligent guy, which I really liked actually. But yeah, he ended up getting killed right after the trial. And how do I say this? Yeah, and ultimately we've actually managed to unravel the entire case in the final case, like actually what really happened. And it was like very awesome, like genuinely it was like mind-blowing. I mean not mind-blowing, but it was still very cool. And yeah, like great characters, great story, great like you know, nice little bow at the end. Murder was investigate took place in Mr. Mustache's lodgings. Wait, what?
I hear a firecracker at once.
Okay, can we read the note though? Please. It was only yesterday that Sasaki-san was in court and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now, the very next day, the murder at a man's own address? He may very well be the unluckiest man alive. Or so it seemed to us at the time, but we were so soon to discover it was... No, please don't tell me he died. I mean, he can't have died. We saw him after that. right? 21st February, 7:18 a.m. Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor. Wait. What on earth? Oh my, the gentleman is deceased, without question. He's dead. Look, I'm student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Mr. Natsume. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why to me? I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of misery. And then I wake up the next day to this. The early bird should catch a worm like this. Woeful worm without wiggle. Okay. So you're in high spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache. Ah! Not the horrible Herlock Sholmes! Shut off! Show yourself to the door! I never invited you! Sholmes came here with us. I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you. I wonder how certain lawyers can defend criminals who they feel is guilty. It's a very hard job with difficult decisions. Yeah, but I'm gonna be like, in this game, it would be like a very complicated, difficult thing. In real life, it's just about the money. Like, honestly, legitimately, don't even care. Like, it's just, that's why their rates are like absurdly high and shit. Like, they don't really care if like if there's a guy to like dispel like people like Diddy or like O.J. Simpson or like all the like Epstein's, all these people that did like horrible shit. I mean, obviously, or like Maxwell, actually, it's like Ghislaine Maxwell. Anyway, like all these people like that did horrible things that just get like discharged despite everyone knowing that they did it. Like as a lawyer, you're just doing it for cash. Like you sold your soul for money. Anyway, But it would be difficult as a guy who wants to do good to know you're defending someone bad. But I don't think you would be taking the case. I don't know. I don't really know anything, to be honest. I'm not legal. A lawyer would know better. In the end.
I'm quite sure he'll be able to help us, Mr. Natsume.
Entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you? Okay. Oh, right. Before he got like, he did like a very big evil thing. I mean, not really evil. But here they are already. The busybodies. Ah, Inspector Gregson. What a pleasant surprise. Pleasant is it? Give me a heartburn every time I see your face at the crime scene, Sholmes. Deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food. True. Good morning, Inspector. This is a crime scene. Don't go touching anything. Or good morning to you too, Sunshine. Okay, did he really die though? I was sure like this guy would like, because I recognize this dude. Like we talked to him like once. No, surely he's not dead, right? But let me just look at everything before. Oi! I said hands off! You're gonna mess up my crime scene. Oh, no, I just wanted to look, that's all. No chance, I know you're kind. You'll mess it up just by looking at it. Ugh. Bro, why are you racist like that? Someone's in a bad mood. There's certainly some bad air in here, isn't there? Okay. Alright, sounds like you'd better talk to the inspector first and try to curry some favor. See, I'm somewhat morally neutral, but if Diddy came out to me so I can defend him, I would think a lot about it before accepting. Yeah. I think like everybody would, I think a lot of people would like take in the case exclusively depending on the amount of zeros that the guy would pay you, So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? Mr. William Shakespeare. He was a lodger here. As you can probably tell, he was an actor. A bit of a dead loss as it happens, or just dead.
Mr. Shakespeare.
Was the landlord, old Mr. Garrideb, and the older lodger, Mr. Natsume, who found him. The fellow didn't rise at his usual hour, so Garrideb got worried and kicked down the door down.
But doesn't Mr. Garrideb have a bad leg?
Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. It was just that jittery Japanese hunchback over there who actually did the kicking.
Really? Just like his son?
Kicking was pretty hard up, it seems. Haven't done some time inside for petty crimes. Had no money, no place to go, and no friends. There's only acquaintance with the people in this house. Miserable life and a miserable end to it. So what exactly Mr. Natsume is still doing here? He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you have sent him away from the crime scene? Well, I'm not saying it's because the fella looks odd or anything. Yes, literally because of that. Or that he acts suspicious, but I thought it would be prudent to take a statement from the culprit. I mean, cohabiter. You nearly said culprit here, didn't you?
Oh dear, Mr. Natsume appears to be under suspicion again.
So it seems that way. He does just come across such an odd fellow, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He looks adorable. Poor man, how unfortunate. Anyway, I can't say much till the corona gets here. But I don't think the fella's been a goner that long. The body's still warm. Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body. I would. Come on. Alright, I guess I can't. Let's speak to Natsume. Because I guess the only thing we can do. What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for an incident on the pavement outside. And then, having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. Endless existence of excruciating experiences. So the victim lived here on the ground floor, and your room is just one story up, isn't it? Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. Yeah, and I know for a fact both of them like enjoyed like reading books and shit together, like, you know, like writing and then like, you know, the intellectual arts, if anything. I know like they shared like, an interest together because it was like implied in the other game. So did you know the victim? Were you friends? His only friend in the world. What's the matter with Tsuki-san now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken by it? Well, supposing he wasn't a complete stranger. But he did he ever invite me to his room? Never! On my honor, I swear it! Okay. I love doing his voices.
What an extreme reaction. You're probably wishing you'd never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
When we found him here, I felt wretched, which is why I sent word asking you to come. Though, through that inspector over there. Okay. What's he doing now? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Ha! You did only observe to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating, naturally. There's nothing natural about that pose. Okay.
Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discovery?
Oh! Patience, my dear madam, patience. We've not been here in this room for... Wait. We've not been here in this room for 5 minutes. So far, all I've managed to deduce is what actually happened. Yeah, that's basically everything. Okay, investigation time.
My goodness! But isn't that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah. Not to propose the idea, I would believe one could indeed see it that way. At the present time, I have managed to draw 2 incontrovertible conclusions. Uh-huh. The first, that it was a physical struggle here last night, in which the victim fought for his life. Ah! What is screaming? Mr. Natsume, what's wrong? Is something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow? No, don't mind me. Forget I was here. Okay. My second conclusion is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips. Nonsense! Aha! Okay, what the fuck is going on? Alright, Mr. Natsume, why are you reacting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions? No, please, pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant. Impossible to ignore.
You must tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes. Spare no detail.
But of course, this the theatrical tragedy before us, unraveled by my great deductions, presented by For Your Pleasure in 2 acts. I've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. What miracles will unfold before our eyes this time? Yes, come on, I'm so ready. So my dear fellows, for your delight and wonder, let the curtain rise. For Sherlock Sholmes, Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1. Hey, I'm glad he actually, like... He, accepts the facts, like, recognize the facts that his, like, initial deductions always are, like, kind of trash, but then when we come in Act 2 and we cross correction, you know, everything. Okay, careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events that transpired into the disconsolate room last night. He's foaming at the mouth. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates the use of poison. Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate which contains, we will observe, or half a sizable bar of soap, meaningful, indubitably. Okay. Why is the soap set so purposefully upon the dish? Like the victim's last supper, in fact, yes. Where did he eat the soap? Could it be that the man was about to eat it? But of course, the fork reveals the answer. What are you talking about? It appears that the young man's appetite was his undoing. Taking up arms in the form of his cutlery, the victim engaged in a deadly battle for his life. Yet the struggle against his hunger was in vain, for in the end he couldn't resist devouring the slippery feast. But London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the contents of this plate. The soap and the lather, but the young man's mouth are too perfectly matched to ignore. Because of that was clearly intoxication due to excessive ingestion of foul soap. Though personally, I have greater interest in the taste of foul candle wax, of course. What? I mean, I'm gonna agree with him. Candle wax tastes very good, actually. Like it's. Don't ask me why I know the taste and the texture of candle wax, but genuinely, it's a banger. Because of the death identified, we proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question: was this suicide or murder? The audience will recall that the death occurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? The single teacup suggests the answer. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however. Certainly, the careful criminal could have absconded with his own cup to cover his tracks. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Yeah, no, he was broken down because to enter. Though forced open now, at the time of the incident, this door was locked. And the sole key was in the victim's pocket. In other words, when the victim consumed by the poison, he must have been alone. Alone in his inferior soap, from whence wafted an inferior scent. And with that acrid aroma lingering in the air, the victim met his end, in tragic solitude. We can take comfort only in the fact that his soul was well cleansed on its way to the hereafter. Okay. No possible perpetrator present. Are you sure? This concludes the final act of Sherlock Holmes' great deduction. Okay. Okay. There's just one thing, Mr. Holmes. You're disposed to identifying just one thing, aren't you, Mr. Naruto? Pray, what concerns you? Well, no matter how hungry he was, do you really think the man would have eaten the soap? It is quite apparent that this man had barely a penny to his name. It is a curious thing, but not to one so destitute. Soap can suddenly appear quite irresistibly appetizing. How extraordinary! In truth, I have tried a little soap myself in the past. You've eaten it, you mean? My dear fellow, it was some time ago now. My postulation was that it would cleanse my gut. And did it? As I writhed in agony on the floor and spilled the contents of my stomach. Yes, I believe it did. The experience taught me a valuable lesson. Soap is quite poisonous. It is true that you need to experiment, to have knowledge. You must, There's no better knowledge than experience, man. It's an unpleasant taste and leads to great discomfort. In summary, I cannot recommend it. Believe me, I wouldn't eat it, even if you didn't. There's something that troubles me as well, actually. Oh, what's that? It's Mr. Natsume. Ah! I couldn't help noticing him shuddering and quivering out of the corner of my eye. Almost as if Mr. Sholmes' deductions touched the nerve somehow. Nonsense! Well, that clenched teeth episode didn't last. I think, judging by Mr. Natsume's reaction, the great detective's deductions may need some gentle corrections in order to reach the actual truth. Yes, Mr. Sholmes' observation and deductions are sometimes a little too sharp. It has tendency to hit the nail on the side of the head and drive it to the obtuse angle. When he does that, it falls to us to straighten things out. Alright, let's do it.
Alright then, let's see what we can do. Yes, we must pick out the keywords in Mr. Sholmes' quite blank deductions, and discreetly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that, I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Sholmes meant to say in the first place.
In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day? Once again, my dear fellows, for your continued delight and wonder, let the curtains rise for Sherlock Holmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1. Yeah, but we'll have Act 2. Now, course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Careful observation of the victim reveals to us that the events that transpire in this consulate room that night. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates the use of poison. Okay. Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate which contains, we'll observe, 1/2 of a sizable bar of soap, meaningful and indubitably. Why is the soap set so purposefully upon the dish? Did the victim's last supper, in fact? Yes. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The fork reveals the answer. Well, you can't deny that a fork implies the man was eating something, or about to eat something.
Yes, that's true. If I were to decide to eat some soap, I should prefer to use a fork than to attempt it with chopsticks.
And of course, only half of the bar of soap is left on the plate.
But might there not be some other explanation? Something material that proves whether or not the man really ate some soap?
Is there? I mean, teacup. Soap. What else is there to analyze or to see? I mean, is it the teacup? Because, like, I mean, I guess, like...
I think he was drinking tea with his soap. It comes empty, so there's no way of knowing.
Ah, how about this for an idea? Perhaps the cup was full of water, and he was dissolving the soap in it so he could gulp as much down as possible.
Please remember that he may not actually have been the soap lover that he's been made out to be.
Okay. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Yeah, but there's like big chomp marks, though. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to make out of this. Yeah, no fork, but with a hat. Actually, okay, let me present the teacup to see. Oh, okay, it was right. Okay, no, it wasn't. Okay.
Here we have an empty teacup with the hands of the victim. Clearly, if poison made the cause of death, the possibility that it was administered in his drink and be overlooked.
My dear fellow, possibilities are endless. The question we are currently pondering is whether or not this vivacious-looking victim ate the soap. Ah, we have established that. Suggest you keep your possibilities to yourself. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay. Vivacious might not be the most appropriate term to describe a dead man, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, but I don't see any other thing, though. A fork in hand. Even so, sure he wouldn't try to eat soap, no matter how hungry you were. This was must determine was the victim eating soap when he died or not. Until we can establish that with some certainty, we shan't make any progress. Yeah. What am I supposed to find? Oh, no, the other... Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't see that. I thought it was part of the hat.
Look, there's more soap on the floor here. Mr. Shimsbury must have really loved the stuff. Such empty conclusions, Mr. Naruhodo. Look closely at this soap. You see it would fit together perfectly with the health bar on the table.
What how can that be?
I think that they are two halves of the same bar that broke apart.
Okay. Let's present that. Did not eat the soap. Indeed. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The other piece of soap reveals the answer. It being the other half of the soap on the table, in short, the victim was not eating soap at all. It's obvious, really, for no depths of hunger could drive a man any attempt to eat soap. Even I, with unquenchable thirst for practical knowledge, took us only a single bite. That begs the question of how the man was poisoned, because there's no sign of any food on the table. An excellent observation, Mr. Naruto, and one that furnishes us with the answer we seek. For London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the contents of the plate. No, I think it was gonna be the cup. Mr. Sholmes is still pushing the soap argument then. Perhaps he's suggesting the man licked the soap rather than ate it. Soap in London is that poisonous. I don't think I want to be washing my hands with it. There are no signs of any food in this room at all. Of course, food is the only thing that passes people's lips, is it? Yes, now it's obvious. That is the cup. Let's just present it immediately. Yes! Okay. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the teacup. Indeed, the cups have been the vessel of choice for practicing poisoners over the centuries. And it would appear that this victim drank every last drop. There's no sign of food anywhere in the room. Which leads us to the immutable conclusion. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to ingestion of poison contained in this teacup. Yes. Alright. The cause of death is unidentified. We proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question. Was this suicide or murder? The audience still will recall that death occurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? The single teacup suggests the answer. Also, bro, okay, there's such a good smell coming from my house. Like, it smells like roast chicken, but like a very good roast chicken. I'm legit tempted to like just leave the stream, just go eat. Like, I swear to God. Yeah, I'm a fatty in spirit and in body. And although I'm losing some weight steadily, like I still have the fatty instincts, bro. Like, I'm really big. Okay, I need to control myself. The Western vessel for infused hot drinks again is already featured heavily in our deduction so far. Yes, we can imagine that shortly before his death, Mr. Shakespeare was having a drink of tea. There would be nothing remarkable about that, but what troubles me, Mr. Natsume's reaction when he heard Mr. Sholmes suggested. There's more to this deduction. There's more to this deduction than it seems. Okay. Must closely examine the scene of the crime again for some more clues. The foam on the mouth. No. Okay. Well, there's a second cup.
Take that!
Did the man dine and die alone? This other teacup suggests the answer. Yes, there were two teacups in this room all along. Ah! In other words, this is a strong indication that at the victim's last supper, there was a guest present. Is that Mr. Fairplay? At the very least, we can say now with certainty. Somebody else was here in this room last night, taking tea with the victim. What are you talking about? Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. In which case, what more can we deduce about this possible guest at the table? Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Do you mean to say you know who exactly was in this room at the time of the victim's death? Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Nope. Not sure I like where this discussion is going now. I'm afraid it's too late to go back to the halcyon days of eating too much soap. The identity of the guest who was here last night when the victim passed away is something I have a very bad feeling about. Yeah, me too. Well, you can try to ignore your feelings, but you cannot ignore the truth, Mr. Naruto. It can be Natsume, but we're gonna deduce it's Natsume anyway. That's the thing that's gonna happen right now, isn't it? No, I suppose not. Time to look around again. The glasses? No, the pile of books. I think it is, no. Yeah, because the pile of books is a Natsume thing.
Take that!
Okay, never mind. My bad. There was this pile of books, yet clearly no one man could hope to read 3 whole books. In other words... Sworn you missed Naruto. A sprinkling of phrases such as yet clearly and in other words will not fool anyone. But I always hear you using terms and phrases like that in your introduction, then more fool of you. You will attempt to emulate the ways of a great detective. You must identify the greatness. Okay. Then what am I looking for? Is it here last night or not? Clearly it's a fundamental question that will reveal the truth about this man's passing.
Exactly, so we must make sure we have solid grounds for a conclusion.
Let's have another look around and make sure there's not more here than meets the eye. What about the candle? If I look around here, at the bottom. Maybe it is the bottle. I don't know why the candle would mean anything. Let's check the bottle. This is a bottle of sake. It's empty. Empty of liquid, but full of air. That makes you think, doesn't it?
It makes you think that you're full of butter. We should be thinking about who else was in the room at the time.
Bother. Citizen's script in response was so cleverer than my original riddle. Okay. What am I looking for? Maybe the candle then. And Mr. Shakespeare didn't eat candles, it seems.
Already established, he didn't eat soap either.
Do you think perhaps the guest brought this candle here last night?
Even if he or she did it, does it reveal anything about the guest's identity?
Good point. There goes my idea. Snuffed out like a candle will be.
Say so deeply, Mr. Darrow, you're in danger of blowing out the flame.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like, what else? I don't see anything else that I can, like, look. Like, really? What else? Destroy the candle, perhaps. I don't know. There's like nothing else. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. No, what is it? It's become shorthand the longer they burn. Yeah. Could have overlooked the possibility that a police officer lit the candle. You will need to burn brighter to make the great detective. Yeah, okay. The whole point of this exercise is to fix your mistakes, isn't it? Yeah, I can't. There's nothing else. And the bottle isn't gonna be it either, is it? Maybe it's gonna be the doorknob again, but in another angle, perhaps.
Oh dear, the latch is most definitely broken, isn't it? The door was kicked in by Mr. Natsume, according to what Mr. Garrett told the inspector.
We knew his short, thin little legs had so much strength in them.
I'm not sure the length of his legs is in any way significant here.
This says more about the poor state of the door than about Mr. Natsume. It says Natsume's strength, actually.
Careful, if you ever heard that remark,
he'd almost certainly have a lively response. I don't know, can this broken lock really tell us anything about who was here? Yeah, then what? Like, there's nothing else. Like, literally like that. Is there any like hair, like cat hair or some shit, like, or like wagai or some shit like that, you know? I can't pick anything else. It's the first time I'm being foiled by such things, like such a thingy, a jiggy. Okay, let me pick the bottle. Even though I know it's not gonna be the one though. No, it doesn't give anyone's identity though, does it? I don't know. Let's try the broken lock again.
Take that!
Yep. Come on, man. Bro, is it really the bottle? Like, they just said, like, it's not a thing, that it's, like, full of hot hair. Like, who cares? Like, you know, that's what they said. If it's gonna end up being the bottle, I'm gonna... angry. Can I save? I cannot save. I'm screwed.
Take that!
Yeah, is it like is it like a scripted thing? Like a scripted loss? Fiction failed. Yeah, I can see nothing. Yeah. Retry from course correction. Yeah. I'm confused. What? Yeah. But, there was nothing else to pick. What? Am I dumb? Am I blind? Like, genuinely, I'm so confused. Do we have to present, like, legitimately, like, present nothing? Yes, I know. Don't worry about it. Yep. Okay, now let me do this.
Take that!
Present, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Take that!
Okay. Indeed, true, indeed, in fact, yes, verily, indeed, very well, so, yeah, true, indeed, very true, indeed, yeah, in fact, yeah, yes. Indeed. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, come on. Wait, yeah, I know this. Boom, then there's the other cup.
Take that!
There we go. Okay, let me save here. Yeah, okay, like, legitimately, what else? I actually cannot see anything else, like... Did we not check the pile of books, actually? And that's why it doesn't... The only thing in this room are the makeshift stage and the costumes. I overlooked these 3 books initially. Oh my god, I need to, like, check them and then it... Fuck off. Lecture of Monsieur Lecoq. Canterbury Earnings and... A Meal for Gabriel. Yeah, it's all the books of Mr... Yeah, it's the books of him. I know, but like, why did you... Ah, it's such bullshit. I knew it was his books.
The exact same 3 books that Mr. Natsume purchased the other day. What? Yes!
You know, okay, cool, bro. Okay. Seems never have been here before. But they exchanged like their books. What does this mean, do you think?
I really don't know what to make of it.
Pile of familiar books. Whoa! Okay, let's go. Indeed. What reveals the answer, of course, is the pile of familiar books. Quite so. It's no mere coincidence that these 3 titles are here in this room. It's a link to the truth. Ah! Mr. Natsume, you purchased these books 4 days ago at the second-hand bookshop. That is just a coincidence. In that case, you will be able to bring the same 3 titles from your own room, will you not? This very moment. No, never, non-negotiable. You can bring your own copies here. It proves that these 3 books are in fact yours. Okay. Having purchased the books 4 days ago and returned to your lodgings, you were arrested the very next day. So you could conceivably have brought the books here on that evening, but you never mentioned that. In other words, you could only have brought these 3 books here to the victim's room. Last night, having returned to your lodgings after the trial concluded at the Old Bailey. In short, there's only one possible conclusion. The victim died here in this room last night as a result of poisoning. And that same night, the victim had a visitor. And his visitor... was you, Mr. Soseki Natsume. This concludes the final act of Herlock Sholmes' great deduction. Okay, bro, Soseki Natsume, why did you do it? What? Yeah, I know he didn't kill anyone, but... Bro, how do you get, like, so unlucky, bro? Come on. Elementary. Okay. Not again, not again. Not again! Okay. Well then, Mr. Natsume. Would appear you're gonna have to accompany me down to the yard. Again. But wait! Hold your horses! Yes? Door! Key! Locked! Entry! Exit! Entirely impossible! This is being even stranger than normal. What? You think that's an alibi? You could have just made a copy. What? Live in the same building after all. They have a plenty of opportunity, I'm sure. Misery me! Okay. Sorry, sir, you'll get your chance to give your side of the story later. Facts speaks for themselves, Mr. Mustache. Ah, you horrible Herlock Sholmes! He has found himself an arch rival now, hasn't he? Come on now, no dilly-dallying. Outside, there's a carriage waiting. Welcome to Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I never imagined I'd be in this position again, but... You have to help me, please, please! I'm innocent! Alright, I understand. We'll come to your cell later and talk about it. One more thing. Oh, yes? My poor little kitty cat. Please give him a breakfast for me. Okay, we'll take care of him. We'll take care of your buddy. Au revoir. And so, his evil curse still apparently unbroken, Usagi-san found himself once again the prime suspect in a case of murder. How did he do it? Thanks to the incriminating deduction of the great detective, and yourself. And your fellow, that honor belongs to you. Exactly. Investigation complete.
Well, at least that means Inspector Gregson is no longer here.
You can examine the crime scene in more detail now. Yep.
That's right, and of course...
What?
Have you forgotten what the inspector mentioned before? Was it the landlord, Mr. Garrideb, who discovered Mr. Shamespeare?
Ah, Mr. John Garrideb, yes.
I expect we could find him in the sitting room on the top floor, as usual.
Right, we must remember to go and talk to him later. Yeah, just had a deduction. It just literally came in when it finished. And unfortunately, somehow, it's Natsume. How? Soseki Natsume still managed to be the fucking prime suspect, like... And we are the ones who deducted it, like... Come on, man. Okay. Investigation time, actually. Hat back on. Investigative hat. Yes, okay.
Oh, the poor man. So young to die. I suppose it was a very painful death, being poisoned as he was.
I don't know, all we can do now is hope that he'll be reborn to a better life.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I wonder... Do you think that putting our hands together in a Japanese prayer will help a British soul?
Sorry?
I'm not sure I had such reference at the ready for just an occasion as this, actually. This book is entitled The Beginner's Guide to Praying for the Departed, the British Way. I'll just reread it now. One moment.
There's quite a spine on that book, isn't there? Okay. I guess we cannot inspect him. What's this, then?
What's this?
It looks like part of an envelope, I think.
Yes, I think you may be right. Perhaps it was torn off when the letter was opened.
Is it significant?
It's a little out of place, perhaps, when you look around the room. There's no sign of a letter, or the rest of the envelope, in fact, is there?
Ah, she's right.
And yet, here we have the torn off end of an envelope. It just strikes me as unusual.
I agree, we'd better take this, just in case. Was this an envelope to be invited as a jury? But turns out he died because the letter of the jury, you know, like that he received was, you know, like someone else took this letter to be present instead of him. And maybe, you know, to in fact, you know, perhaps, I don't know, because like maybe that's why it was like, because I was still thinking about the fact that the jury in our cases was always like stupidly like rigged, like we always get the same people when, like, obviously for like development reasons, like the reasons why we always had like is to reuse the models, you know, that they made, but that's too meta, you know. But like here, like it felt rigged, like why did we get like the same jurors every time? Like it felt like there was something happening behind the scene. Perhaps he was the actual one to get like he was the supposed, like, actually he was supposed to be an actual like juror, but he died, he was killed to be able to rig a thing. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Van Zeeks is behind this. Maybe not. I don't know. That's a wild theory, I'm sure, but if it's not here, it's probably because the killer like took the envelope, you know.
There's not much on these shelves, is there? It's just this wine glass and bottle. Both of them are correct.
Yes, not much use, are they? What's the matter?
Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper, that's all.
Prosecutor Lord Van Zeeks, oh, speak of the devil.
Yes, he's so reckless with his wine glasses. I was thinking it's a waste that he should donate some to the needy.
You can suggest it next time we meet. True. What's this outfit for? Look at these extravagant bright costumes. Somehow they look out of place in this room, with its grimy shitty going-ons.
This one looks like a king's attire.
A king? I've always dreamt of being a king.
Oh, I think it'd be more suited to a feudal lord, a daimyo or such like.
But a Chonmaige topknot. Every Japanese man wishes he had a homage. Chonmaige. Okay.
Oh, you'd look wonderful with one, and you already have the sword.
Can you imagine what would have happened if I walked around the streets of London with a Chonmaige and a sword? I don't know. You tell me. Bricked wall as well. Like windows, I mean. The candle. Like there's a whole ass stage here. And I want to sleep so much I have to retake exams today, so I woke up in 7. I want to sleep so much I have to retake exams today, so yeah, I mean, if you need to sleep, go to sleep, you know, like, don't fail your exams, especially if it's a retake, you know. Also, you're retaking exams in September. Like, is it like a special thing, or like, because like September is like the beginning of like, you know, classes. It's like, you know, or is it like, do they like postpone up until like, I don't know, it's gonna, anyway. Some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it? What does the audience sit though for the mighty Shakespeare performances? Actors aspiring to the great stage which practice their art, with or without an audience. In fact, on a related note, perhaps you should set up a mock bench for the defense in your office. What? Then you could practice your art every single day. Think about it. If you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge. Well, if that would help you achieve your goal. This I have to see. Since that wasn't Summers, is retaken in September. Okay. See. No, that doesn't happen here. I mean, for us, like, I think retake exams, like, I don't know, like, it's the... Anyway. Yeah. But good luck on it, to be honest, you know, like... But yeah, make sure, like, sleep. From experience, sleep is basically, like, your most important thing. Like, if you don't have sleep, you're gonna it fucks everything else. Like, your concentration, it fucks your... Like, your motivation, it fucks your self-control, it fucks everything. So if you gotta, like, do whatever it takes to get those 8 hours of sleep, so that at least, you know, like you're, like, primed when you go to that exam, you know? But I don't know, again, I'm not sure that. You do what you want, but yeah. I guess all light, isn't it? It must be connected to the gas pipe on the wall. Gas lights, a gas stove. Always lessons in universities are called. How is lessons in universities are called? Lectures? I think. Yeah. I'm sorry if yeah. I do tend to make lectures like unprompted. I'm sorry about that. It's a very bad habit of mine. Gas lights, a gas stove. London really is a city of gas. But now that I think about it, Mr. and Mr. Skardeb had an open fire on the top floor, didn't they? Oh yes, you're right. I don't recall seeing a gas stove up here. I much prefer a real fire anyway, it's much cozier. Did he die of gas poisoning? I think he died of gas poisoning. I think there was like a gas leak or like too much gas and there was no exit. And he just died of gas. You know? There we have another disproportionately large machine. This looks like a meter of some kind. Ah, this is a gas meter, I think. It seems that in this district, residents pay for gas as they use it with coins. Ah, I see. Yes, now we've pointed it out. Google can't translate this properly at all. Yeah. Well, a good place to translate is like usually DeepL. Like DeepL, like DEEPL. And like usually that website like translates very well. Like better than Google Translate or Reverso. There's a slot just here that looks like it wouldn't take a coin. So you mean if you put a coin in here? That's right, I would buy you about 2 hours of gas for lights and heating. So if you were a poor person with no money, you'd have to sleep in the freezing cold. Yes, or if you were a scatterbrain without change because you forgot to exchange your money at the bank. Thank goodness there's no meter in our office. Okay, I'm really thinking this was a gas leak, that's why he died. As we've seen from the outside, the window is completely bricked up. Vestige of the former window tax that the Britons had to pay. What strange things they used to tax in Great Britain? I mean, making people pay for the number of windows they had in a property. It's extraordinary. It's heartbreaking to think of the poor having to block up their windows just to avoid an unaffordable tax. Oh, what is it, Mrs. Sato? If you look closely, a number of bricks are loose. Oh. Yes, it looks as though an amateur has broken out a few of them just here. It was Mr. Shakespeare's who did it, I wonder, being the lodger, renting this room. Ah, look at this, Mr. Naruhodo. On the outside, there's a little ledge. There's something on it. Soap. What, outside? Yeah, there's actual soap. Oh, it's so cold outside. You can feel it through this gap. It did snow last night. It would be cold. More importantly, well, what is it on the ledge out there? What is are those snow-covered lumps? Yeah, it's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside the window? I have no idea. The pair of them look rather charming like that. Okay, so that's very strange. Bars of soap lined up outside the window. Perhaps that's where he stored his soap. I think perhaps you should take one. There are two after all.
Oh dear. I suppose we could. Oh, what's this? Look here at the soap. Ah!
Do you see in the middle there? There's a patch that's a different color. It's sort of transparent, but some sort of fancy design, I suppose, only in Great Britain.
Looks like the Hinamaru flag in Japan, doesn't it? Oh, wonderful.
I mean that exam was like today, so oh. Never mind. Well, forget it. So there was just... Yeah. Never mind. Then I didn't say anything. Looks like the Hinamaru flag doesn't it? How wonderful. You probably have a very expensive brand. Expensive? Then what's it doing in this ramshackle old room? So has it been entered into court record? Okay. Come on, I guess there's nothing else here. Wait, no, there's a very loose board here. No? The hat. No, nothing else to analyze? Okay, then I don't care. Let's go to Mr. Garrideb. Location has been added. Okay. The 1st February, the Garrideb's room. Okay. Here we are again. The eccentric landlord's eccentric top floor abode.
We're here because Mr. Garrideb was the one who was discovered in the incident this morning, don't forget.
Okay. You chaps, eh?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Thank you for your cooperation in court yesterday. It's quite a trial. Not sure Mr. Garrideb as anyone, really. It's right back here after all that business at the Bailey yesterday. I expect to wake up to more ballet nonsense this morning. I hope his wife is in prison. I hit macroeconomy.
Wonder if you would mind telling us exactly what happened to Mr. Garrideb? Yes.
I suppose you'd like to know all about that loss of an actor chap in the ground floor room. Exactly Inspector Gregson's words, weren't they? Okay, do tell us. This morning's incident. I think after interviewing him, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop for today, you know. It must have been a real shock for you this morning. I hear that you discovered what happened. Well, the hopeless actor chap rises at 5 of club shop every morning without fail. At 5:30 this morning, he still hadn't the gas. So I went down and knocked on his door, but no bally answer.
And that's when you broke into his room by kicking down the door?
Well, I called that rum-looking Japanese chap to do the grunt work, of course.
Wasn't that little immature to kick the door down? You could have just overslept by half an hour. It's very true, Mr. Naruto. If 30 minutes oversleeping warranted such behavior, I'd have to kick your door down every morning.
Well, you know, better to be safe than sorry and all that. Just me, or is he having our gaze now all of a sudden?
Except that it was a sorry situation indeed that you found on the far side of the door.
Yeah, just call it let's call it, how do you call it? I forgot the word. Intuition. The victim's name is Mr. Shakespeare, I believe, is that right? Yes, William Shakespeare. Took the ground floor room 3 months ago now.
And how would you describe him?
In a word, destitute.
Destitute?
Well, let's face it, the only redeeming feature of that room is the cheap rent. Anyone wanting to live in a place like that is either broke or has a belly screw loose. So hard to choose which category Suzuki-san would fall into. Okay,
Mr. Naruto, that's a little rude.
Wait, we didn't even say it out loud though. Yeah, her and her like mind reading, literally. Okay. He was doing research as well. Okay. Research? Into what? Shakespeare, of course, Shakespeare. Read a few plays of the old bard myself, you know, Romeo and Hamlet. And all that, no, it's Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet.
Yes, William Shakespeare is England's most highly regarded classical playwright and author. He's known as Sao in Japanese, as you know, and many of his works have already been translated.
It seems incredible that Shakespeare was shortened to Sao, though. I think it was too heavy-handed here. There were a lot of costumes in the victim's room, actually, weren't there?
Of course, Mr. Natsume is a scholar of English literature as well. I imagine he and Mr. Shakespeare would have had much in common.
Shakespeare interpretation disagreement leads to shocking murder. Let's hope it's not that.
Mr. Naruhodo, really? How rude!
Stop reading in my mind, bro. Leave me some privacy. After Mr. Natsume's trial yesterday, you came straight back here, I believe, didn't you? Did you notice anything strange between then and this morning? Well, now it must have been about 6 in the evening by the time I got home. Snow was coming down rather heavily, as you remember. It was completely dark already. It felt like their chap was out at the time. Did you get him notice there was no light from his home or something, I suppose? Yeah, we did like meet him, like we came across him as well. Literally, we did. Like during the investigation. We did come across him. I remember in the first game. He was like, had such a pretty face too. Anyway. Couldn't summon energy for anything much, so I just sat in front of the fire up here. It was after 8 before Shakespeare got back, and the chap was up until past 1 in the morning, I'll have you know. It was him at his end sometime after that. I was asleep right then, so I'm rather in the dark there.
Oh, thank you. That was very illuminating. Is everything alright, Mrs. Seto? Well, I was just thinking it's a little strange, that's all. Mr. Garrideb, you were up here in your room all evening, if I've understood it correctly.
Not a big fan of the stairs, not with this blasted leg.
Then, how is it that you seem to know? The precise movements of your tenants on the ground floor, I mean.
That's a very good point. Imagine you could hear noises from the ground floor, all the way up here. Does this old man like to spy on his tenants? Is that it? I say, I know what you're thinking. It's a bally outrage. I'm ex-military, don't you know? I don't go around spying on my tenants. Why would I?
And how did you know, Mr. Garrideb?
It's the gas, woman. The gas tells me everything.
The gas? Yeah.
Freaking gas. Yeah, because they pay and stuff, you know.
What on earth do you mean, sir?
How can a gas tell you anything, let alone everything? Well, as you're probably aware, the gas is supplied into the building by pipes.
Yes, I more or less worked it out. Every room in the building is connected by a single pipe into the gas main outside, and the gas company supplies gas to properties via the main.
Yes, I understand that too. Let me see if I can explain. Let's say I was to light the gas lamps up there. What do you suppose would happen? Well, obviously the room would get brighter. Exactly, but at the same time, the lights in all the other rooms of the house would dim for a moment.
What? The dim? Why?
Because there's not enough current.
Perhaps it's because when you light a gas lamp, it briefly uses more gas than usual. That reduces the amount of gas in the pipe for other lamps that are connected to it. That might explain why the other lamps dim momentarily. Mightn't it?
Okay, mightn't it? Like, fucking hell, dude.
Yes, of course, because everything's connected to a single supply pipe. What's supposed to happen, though? It sounds rather undesirable.
Really good point. Fact is, the gas company's pipes in these parts are pretty hopeless, long worn out. And barely got any gas in them to start with. Opposite's also true, of course. Extinguish the lamps up here, they glow brighter in the rest of the house.
Ah, right, I see.
By watching the flickering of the lamps in one room, you can determine what's happening elsewhere. You've got it.
Oh, of course, because when people come back home in the evening, before they go to sleep at night, what it's guaranteed to do is either light or put out their lamps of fires. Clever.
In point of fact, the room on the ground floor and the one above it uses slightly different amounts of gas. Watching the lights in here closely, I can work out almost exactly what's going on in the whole house.
Gosh, that's fascinating, Mr. Garrideb. Absolutely fascinating.
Oh well, nothing to it really. I can't really see what's going on to help. How that's going to help us in the case either. But I'd like to know. So why Mr. Garrideb is so interested in what his tenants are up to in the first place. But like there's more to it than idle curiosity. Let's present. Let's present shit to him. Cigarette. Could I show you this? Been quite a couple of days, as you can imagine. I'm rather tired. Okay, no. I get it. I get it. Come on. Yes. Present other thing. Nearby street map, I don't care. Torn off bit of envelope. Do you know anything about that? Okay, never mind. Okay, and the bar soap. What about the soap? Okay, never mind. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm gonna leave it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Wow. Bye.